Hi, my name is Alison Smith, and I'm the founder of Skeptical Analysis of the Paranormal Society. I'm also a research assistant for the James Randi Educational Foundation, where I negotiate initial protocols for the $1 million Paranormal Challenge. Whenever I introduce myself to new people, I always say that I do something a little bit strange because it is weird. I mean, you don't normally meet a lot of people who work in the paranormal field on a day-to-day basis, and I give a little pause and have them thinking that I'm like a hitman or something, and then I throw in, have you seen the X-Files? I'm like Scully.
Mulder, why don't you tell me the way you think it happened?
Because I'm that cool. I got interested in the paranormal at a really young age. I used to read these books. They were called Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, and they would have these really lengthy things about the severed head ghost coming down the chimney to get you or whatever, and there would be little pencil drawings at the bottom, which are probably still the most terrifying things I've ever seen. But on the front cover it always said, based on a true story, and in retrospect it was probably just that once upon a time there was a man who actually was named Bob, and that was the true part. But I totally believed every word of it. And I would get my digital voice recorder or whatever, it was probably actually a tape recorder then, and go up into the woods in the haunted areas and try and catch some EVPs, which were featured on that movie White Noise with Batman. Yeah, that probably wasn't the best moment for EVPs, but anyway, I would always go out there hunting for something paranormal, and I never found it. Sometimes we would hear bumps in the night or whatever and run screaming out of the woods, but Casper the Friendly Ghost never materialized in front of me, and I started to wonder if it was true or not. And whenever I got interested with the James Randi Educational Foundation, I started looking further into things like that, and I would still go out and investigate, which is kind of weird for a skeptic, because skeptics normally, if there are no ghosts, there's no point in driving out to look for them. But I went out and bought all of the ghost hunting equipment, my little EMF meter and my infrared thermometer, and break out the camcorder, of course, and I'd get out there and search for ghosts still. And actually, over spring break, me and one of the other guys from SAPS are going to go to San Antonio and stay in a hotel called the Menger, which actually highly publicizes being haunted. A man died in one of the rooms, and they have newspaper articles that say what happened and everything. And I don't think it's listed on their website under amenities or anything like that, though. It's not like we have air conditioning, color TV, and dead people. No, probably not that much, but yeah, it is highly publicized and documented, and we're going to stay in the room with the thermal camera and the EMF detectors, all of those things, and wait for something to happen. And I really hope that it's like 1408, that John Cusack movie where he goes to the haunted location and stays the night and the room attacks him, and there's poltergeist activity, plates flying through the air. I have no idea why there would be plates in a hotel room, but that's how I imagine it. And the bed levitating and all of those things, I want those to happen. I want to be scared. And that actually brings me to something else. I am a little bit scared of the dark, just a little. But I still like getting out in there, and trying to discover things and swallowing my fears. And I might get the whole, terrified cold sweat thing going, but I'm not going to run. I want to see what happens. I want to know if there's ghosts, and by now it should probably be where I'm one of those skeptics who's like, nothing is real. There are no psychics, there are no ghosts, there is no anything. But for me, it's always going to be a question of whether there's anything more than what we know. And that's why I do this. And that's why I'd like to be a part of what you're doing too. If you're actually interested in discovery, then I am right there with you. And I wanted to do something a little bit special for this video, so I'm going to take you someplace. I'm not going to give too many details, I'm not going to tell you where just yet, but I want you to go on a little mini investigation with me. So, if you're willing, I'm ready. Okay. Hello again. Here I am, in the dead of night, in the dark, in the cold, in a place called Dalworthington Gardens, Texas, which has Veterans Park. Now, this is a place my friends and I used to come whenever we wanted to be scared, and when we wanted to record EVPs and stuff like that, and, you know, get that good rush of terror, which I actually kind of have now. Horribly embarrassing, but true. Yeah, we used to come here and walk around in the dark and listen for scary sounds and stuff. And sometimes really creepy things happen, like, okay, wait, I have a really great story that will stop me from being scared because of its ridiculousness. Okay. I had this friend. His name was Bobby, and he was giant, like 6 foot tall, you know, football player looking guy, really buff, blonde. I took him out here once and told him that it was haunted, and we went walking around to see if we could get scared. And we were on our way out. It had rained recently, like it did yesterday, so my pants are ruined, but that's alright. I'm dedicated, see? Already, dedication. Anyway, it had rained recently, so he wanted to leave, and sorry, it's kind of cold. We were walking out of the park, and this weird, like, shrill, inhuman screaming started. I still have no idea what it was. The reason I have no idea is because as soon as it started, Bobby, with all of his 6 foot of football playing glory, bolted as fast as he could and ran for the car. And I'm pretty small, and I was standing there yelling after him, "Don't you want to see where it's coming from? Don't you want to see where it's coming from?" And then he was gone, so I had to go or lose my ride back home. But while we're out here, let's go ahead and take a look around. Okay? The woods out here, very dark, very creepy. There's no one here. Creepy sounds, fantastic. There's a little bridge right here. So funny, one night, me and a bunch of friends, we were all so scared. We've been wandering around for like a while. We came over here and there were bunnies everywhere. I guess it was mating season for them or something, and we were still terrified, so we were like, "Evil bunnies of doom," and ran off. Yes, watch out for those evil bunnies of doom. I really like this place, actually. It's, I have the best memory. Me and my friends one time came up here to recreate the Blair Witch Project. Right over here. There were no picnic tables then, and we would be standing off to the side screaming, "Tell me where you are, Josh," and all that stuff, like we were levitating in the corners. Yeah, I had, well, in retrospect, I guess I had a bizarre childhood. Go figure, it took me until now to realize. So, this is Veterans Park, Dalworthington, Texas. Nothing happened tonight. Very unfortunate. I know I'm sad about it. I hope you are too. But with any luck, we'll be doing investigations together soon enough.